Is Rodrygo to Arsenal hotting up? Yes, Gunners, that is the question I am asking you today. I hope you are all blessed and well wherever you are. It is hot in the UK. It's 33 degrees, and boy, do we need some breeze. I hope everyone is blessed today wherever you are. This is the Transfer Centre, bringing you all transfer rumors, the Arsenal Transfer Centre, bringing you all transfer rumors surrounding Arsenal throughout the summer transfer window and the January transfer window. But right now it is summer, it is hot. Is it hotting up with Rodrygo? Because in the last hour or so, it has been reported by Dario Sport over there in Spain that Rodrygo to Arsenal is hotting up. Arsenal are now stepping up their efforts now that Nico Williams has basically given his verbal agreement. Barcelona are pursuing an agreement. I believe they've already agreed a 6-year contract, and apparently the noise was that Nico Williams was Arsenal's number one target. But now, in the last couple of weeks, they have definitely seemed like they have turned their attentions to Rodrygo, that of Real Madrid. Now, what is the story? What is the story? Well, the current story is that of right now that Rodrygo wants to play on the left for Real Madrid, as we know. And he's got to battle it out with Vinny and Mbappe over there because they'll be alternating the left wing between them, and this, that, and the other. Rodrygo won't get a sniff when we know they just signed Mastantuono from River Plate as well, who's potentially going to play on the right wing as well. Now, the reason why I put Sanchez in the thumbnail is simply because of this. Remember when it was Sanchez? Sanchez had a similar situation at Barcelona. When he was at Barcelona, he was there for about 3 seasons, and he was battling with the likes of David Villa, Messi, Neymar, Pedro, all of those guys, and this, that, and the other. And it just got to a point where he was left out of favour. I wouldn't say he was left out of favour, but he was lower down the pecking order. And someone like Sanchez wanted to be the main man at a club, and he definitely had the talent when you see him come through Udinese as well. And the reason why I'm saying the situations are similar is simply because of the fact that Rodrygo is having the same problem. You got to battle it with Mbappe, Vinicius, even Endrick is going to come into his own. Now Mastantuono is going to come in and want playing time of his own. So could Rodrygo now follow in the footsteps of Alexis Sanchez? We would know at Arsenal. I would love him at Arsenal. Definitely. As soon as it came apparent that we are even interested in a player of Rodrygo's quality, I'm thinking, yo, let's do it. It's simple. Let's just do it. Over Nico Williams, over Rafael Leao, in my opinion, as well. Gunners, should we really step up this pursuit? I think we should be stepping up the pursuit, in my opinion. And would you go for Rodrygo? Some people may not want Rodrygo because some people think Rodrygo's either overrated or he's not the player, he's not the one. Is there another one out there that we are missing, Gunners? Let me know in the comments below. But as I said, Rodrygo to Arsenal is apparently hotting up. How do you feel about this? Now, let's talk about news that recently just broke regarding Thomas Partey. Now, we know that the news came out, he was likely to leave and everything else. Then it recently came out that apparently he may not leave, depending on what Arsenal say. It literally came out in the last half an hour or so that Thomas Partey is 90% likely to leave Arsenal this summer. And the reason why I want to talk about Partey, because at this point now, we might as well move on. Arsenal are not going to budge on the 200 grand a week that they are offering him. They're not going to make it more or less or this, that, and the other. I didn't even realize it was like 200k. Is it 200k? Did I misread that? I could have misquoted that. I'm not sure. But whatever Arsenal are offering right now, whatever his current salary is, they're not going above that. They're not going above it. So Partey wants more. He spoke about security, the next steps, his family, and this, that, and the other. And this is potentially going to be his last big contract. So he wants to make sure that he is getting the best out of it. And whether he finds that at Arsenal, I don't think he's going to find it, because Arsenal are not budging. We already have a number of players on big contracts, on big wages. Jesus, Havertz, Zinchenko, Partey. We just signed Gabriel. We just signed up Lewis Skelly, who's going to have an increase in pay. We still got to sort out Saliba, Saka, Wanyeri. You know what I'm saying? Still a couple of things that need to be sorting out. And Partey, even though he had a great season, even though he's a great player, he's not on the up. He's on the decline. And this is his first good season in a while. So I think it's just best to part ways and move on. And this brings me on to the fact that today we have been linked with Christian Norgard of Brentford. No, I wouldn't say today. I think it was linked to him yesterday, but obviously I'm bringing the news to you today that we are linked with Christian Norgard of Brentford. Now, 33, cost around 10 million, had a decent season. In my opinion, if he's coming in as to be the direct replacement for Partey, no. Obviously, we know got Zubimendi in. Also, just to talk on Zubimendi very quickly, and now apparently he's been shown the headquarters of Arsenal. So it was breaking news when he was having his medical, even though he wasn't having his medical. He was on holiday at the time. Then it's just long. Just announce the deal. Just announce the deal at this point. Just announce the deal. You know what I'm saying? Just announce it. But anyway, who was I talking about? Christian Norgard. So Zubimendi's coming in. Norgard can play the defensive midfield role. If we're bringing in a Norgard as backup, yeah, not a direct replacement, because I think the potential direct replacement that we could bring in for Partey that can grow in a couple of years, because Zubimendi's going to hold that defensive midfield. He's going to hold the sixth position. He'll hold it. Declan Rice will play in at 8 unless we sign at 8 like a Morgan and Rodgers, and then Declan Rice can supplement both of them if they need rotation and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. But the next person coming up is apparently this new Kante that Arsenal are talking to. And we've already spoken about him already, but I've only seen him dubbed today as a new Kante. Not from me, but from other people that are talking in the Twitter sphere and social media and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Lucien Agome. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Lucien Agome, 22 years old, of Sevilla, and apparently Arsenal are stepping up their efforts to sign him now, not necessarily as a direct replacement to Thomas Partey, but as a rotationary player in the squad, and he is highly, highly rated. Now, as I said earlier in the week, that Sevilla are facing a lot of financial trouble right now, and they may need to sell, whether it's the equivalent to PSR concerns over here, whatever it is. So yeah, Partey's potentially not staying. Norgard is linked. Agome. And I haven't mentioned it until now, but you notice I haven't said anything about the strikers, and that's because there's nothing to talk about. I'm bored. I'm bored on that front. I'm very, very bored. But what I will talk about, which is constantly popping up, is this Rodrygo talk. And as the Club World Cup goes on, we're going to see how Xabi Alonso utilizes Rodrygo, because he's spoken a lot about he counts on Rodrygo, he relies on him, he thinks he's a great player and this, that, and the other. But what Rodrygo wants is you to listen to him and give him what he wants, which is the left wing. Will he get that? We will find out as the Club World Cup goes on. But people, that is all I have for you today regarding Arsenal. One thing. If Liverpool sign Isak, because they've literally just completed Wirtz and they're about to complete Kirkes as well. If Liverpool sign Isak, what are we saying? What are we saying? I'm not going to say anything yet, but because it's highly unlikely, because apparently Newcastle won't start negotiations until whether it's Liverpool, Arsenal, whoever's come with a bid of 150 million. That's the starting point. 150 million is the starting point. So unless you come with that, Newcastle ain't doing no negotiation. They ain't even holding talks. But if Liverpool do sign Isak, what are we saying, Gunners? I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to dive into it. But Gunners, thank you for joining me on the Arsenal Transfer Center. I have been your host, Dini. Let me know of everything that I've spoken about in this video. What do you think about the Rodrygo link? Is it similar to the Sanchez situation when we did sign him in 2014 and he went on to have a decent stint at Arsenal, 120 appearances, 66 goals. He won an FA Cup as well. Did we win 1 or 2? Can't remember. But Sanchez was loved, but then he went to Man United. But that's his business. But anyway, love and guidance, people. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I've been your host, Dini, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Arsenal Transfer Center. Love and guidance, people. Peace.